from Emmanuel, Alayande, University of Education, Oyo, Nigeria.
And we are to talk on collaborating for change, the modules of Acclimatise projects. First and foremost, let me sincerely appreciate the anchor person, the coordinator of this program, and all people that matters for this opportunity to be part of guest speaker for this program. Thank you so much for seeing us as somebody that can lend his or her voice too. Having said that, going further to the topic given to us, at the end of this presentation, our take-home should cover the following areas. 1, to know what collaborating for change is, discuss participatory approaches to community engagement, elucidate on participatory approaches to community engagement for change, state the principles of participatory community engagement, highlight the tools and methods for participatory engagement, mention some case studies or examples of participatory approaches to community engagement, identify the benefits of participatory approaches to community engagement, state the challenges to participatory approaches, explain participatory approaches to climate change, the wicked problem, co-design a climate adaptation project, describe university industry policy partnership, UIP, enumerate the role of UIP partnership in climate action, highlight overcoming challenges in UIP partnership, then reflect on collaborating for change.
Yeah, Dr. Ganiyu, just a minute. I can see someone on the chat saying they can't see the slides well. Maybe you can enter into the presenter mode.
I can do what?
Enter presenter mode. You present your slides. There's an icon there on your top left. An icon that seems to be a screen. Then a play on your left on top.
On my left.
Yeah, this. I don't know if you can.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is it okay now?
Mm-hmm.
Can I see it now?
I think it's loading. Maybe we can. No, not yet. There's an icon on called presenter mode.
Stop sharing and share.
Okay, maybe I should stop sharing and resharing then. Let me reshare.
That's it. Share.
Are we there now?
Yes, we can see your slides. But we were requesting if you can enter into presenter mode.
Presenter mode.
It is on presentation mode.
It's on presentation mode already, sir.
Okay. Maybe Adesina can confirm on his side because
maybe it's on slideshow.
It's what?
Maybe slideshow.
Slideshow. Okay. Slideshow.
Yeah. It's
Is
great.
it now
Is it
visible?
now visible?
Yes, it's visible. Thank you.
Okay. So, like I was saying, those are our take homes from this lecture today. Let us now look at what collaborating for change is. First and foremost, we agree with me that when we talk about collaborating, we are talking about many people coming together for a purpose, meaning that we work together across sectors or disciplines to do what? Aim at creating meaningful and lasting transformation. There are issues that might need our attention and solution. And if all the stakeholders come together, deliberate together, possibility of addressing the issue is 100% based on shared vision and mutual accountability. Yes, we are stakeholders in education, and that is why we are looking at way of eradicating or improving the climate change issue that is threatening our region. And that is nothing but collaborating for change. There are key elements of this collaborating for change. One, we have shared purpose. Before we can come together to collaborate, we must have focus, the purpose that is common, the goal that align, the vision that is the same. Then inclusive engagement. Yes, we want all voices to be heard. We want everybody to be part of whatever discussion is ongoing. Then trust and transparency. Yes, we want an open communication and relationship that is built on trust and uh, trust and justice. Then we have collective action. Yes, there are things that we are targeting. Joint efforts are put together to bring about the lasting solution. Then continuous learning, yes. By so doing, all the party involved will keep on learning one or two things. Then why do we collaborate for change? Why do we collaborate for change? We've already known what the key elements of collaborating for change are. Then why do we now collaborate for change? They say that complex challenges require joint action. The moment there is a challenge that is more than an individual, then it requires many people coming together to look at it from different angles. Like in the case of educational technology, we call it systems approach. A situation whereby a problem is looking at holistically to bring about lasting solution. And that is nothing but to collaborate for effective change. No single actor has all the answer. Yes, you will agree with me that if a tree can never make a forest. Why? Because it requires many else to be put together to actually talk about what solution to provide to and identify complex challenge is. Then collaboration for amplifies impact. Collaboration amplifies impact. Yes, when we come together, we bring a lot of solutions to the table. We arrange it, we shift it, and we go for the better. And this will try to bring about lasting solution to whatever our challenge is. Then education reform through collaboration, yes. Universities, industries, and governments could develop curricula now to actually bring about products of university that will be relevant in the community world market. If there is no collaboration, university can continue producing graduates that will not be relevant in the society. But because government is showing interest now, industries are showing interest now, so it gives us that mandate to actually produce graduates that will be relevant, not half-baked one, the one that is equipped with what is needed in the society the graduate is moving to after the graduation. Then graduates gain relevant job-ready skills. Yes, like I said, the training will not focus on the specialized area alone, but it will actually give them the soft skill to actually move forward when they begin to uh, demonstrate their skills. Then the result is improved by employability and national innovation. This leads us to participatory approaches to community engagement. Yes, if you want to collaborate for change, then we need people to participate. And that is what brought about participatory approaches to community engagement. What is participatory approaches to community engagement? They are methods or strategies that actively involve community members in decision-making process or projects or planning or implementation and even evaluation of an identified solution to a given problem. Like I said, in the case of collaborating for change, that people come together from various disciplines, various sectors, various communities to effect change. Yes, participatory also encompass community people being engaged to being engaged in decision-making process. In projects, we want to build a project. You want many people to lend their voice in the project planning, in the project implementation, in the project evaluation, to actually know whether there will be uh, impact from that project or not. Unlike top-down approaches, participatory methods ensure that communities are not just recipients of intervention, but are co-creators of change. Yes, before now, people do effect change without carrying along the community members that are the recipients of uh, such donor. But today, research shows that when the community people are involved, it brings a lot better to whatever change we are creating. These approaches empower individuals, strengthen ownership, and ensure that solutions are contextually relevant and sustainable. Yes, because they know how it started, they will know how to protect it. Because they know where it started from, they will know where it's leading to. And these are reasons why participatory approaches to community engagement matters in whatever we do. And to acclimatize program, we could see that we cannot do it alone. We cannot do it alone from our universities. We need to allow the community people to be part of it, so that at the end of it, we all see the solution we are looking for. And these are the key principles of participatory approaches. They include inclusivity, empowerment, collaboration, transparency, local knowledge, and context. What is inclusivity? A situation where everybody is involved. Everybody is involved. All the stakeholders will be consulted. They will lend their voice. They will know how it started. They will know where we are taking, where we are heading to. That is nothing but inclusivity. Then we have empowerment. Yes, we empower our people by letting them know you already empower them. You already prepared them. Then we collaborate. We collaborate in the sense that whatever the skill required, we all are there to bring our own, to do our part to bring about effective solution. Then transparency, we make it open. We make it open. We don't hide. We put trust in whatever we are doing. Then local knowledge and context. Yes, because community people are involved, we are trying to localize whatever information or decision we are taking. And because of that, I will want to my participants to look at these discussions and see how it affects our acclimatise. So I will pause for like 5 minutes to see what people can say on this discussion. Number one, how do you apply participatory approach to acclimatise projects? I want my participants to respond. What are the objectives of the acclimatise projects? Then, why will participatory approach enhance the quality of the acclimatise projects? Thank you. I'll be at the corner listening to your view. Anybody? Response from anybody?
We have been explaining the concept of collaboration for change. A key word to collaboration is partnership and participatory approaches. So when we partner, when we collaborate, when we work together, how does that apply to acclimatise projects? Does acclimatise projects has anything to do with partnership, participatory, collaboration? That's the first question.
Anybody showing interest?
Prosper, you can unmute and ask a question, contribute.
You said?
All right. Thank you very much, Doc, for your presentation. So, in my view, when you say how the acclimatise project applied very well to participatory approach, in the sense that in your definition, you made mention that collaboration is about coming together to work as a team, and it is centered on shared vision. So with this, acclimatized project applied very well to participatory approach because it gives students the opportunity to be able to understand the intricacies of climate change, helping them to come together and providing strategic solutions to our everyday problems that we encountered as a result of climate change. So basically, I would say that the project really applied to
Excellent.
participatory approaches. Thank you very much.
Thank you. That is great. And uh, from our hands here, we all agree with you that even from the scratch, Acclimatise had already embedded in its program the participatory approach. And that is what involved the coming up of the universities across 10 good universities in the Africa. Thank you. The second question, what are the objectives of the Acclimatise program? I mean projects. What are the objectives of Acclimatise projects? And the third one is talking about why will participatory approach enhance the quality of your projects?
When I come in here, the main cruise of Acclimatise project is to open the mind of undergraduates to climate change.
Climate issues.
The climate issues, resiliencies, adaptation, mitigation, so that the impacts will not overwhelm us in Africa. And we cannot do it alone. We have to come together in what we call participatory collaboratory approach. So the main cruise of the Acclimatise project is to create awareness, broaden the knowledge, understanding of undergraduates of the climate issue, so that you can be responsible leaders, contributing to policy development and implementation of programs of activity to mitigate or encourage adaptation of climate changes. Then when you look at the participatory approach from Ghana to Tanzania to Nigeria to Kenya to different countries across Africa, even collaborating with Netherlands undergraduates, there is what we call element of participatory approach. You contribute ideas from Ghana, relate it with idea from Nigeria, idea from Senegal, idea from Tanzania, idea from what have you. Bringing these ideas together, making a whole challenge against climate issue. So we need participatory approach, so that when in Ghana nearby to Nigeria, they are working to solving the wicked problem climate change, Nigeria will not fold its hand. We work together to collaborate to solve the problem together, because no single individual, no singular actor can solve the problem alone.
Do we have anybody that still wants to contribute?
The next.
Yes, you can say prosper. Prosper again.
Okay. Prosper,
So, all
you're
right.
welcome.
Thank you very much. So with the third question,
Yeah.
why will participatory approach enhance the quality of our project? So you also made mention that uh, in collaboration, the aim is to achieve a set goal. And in that, in working with people, for instance, when you want to implement a project or you want to undertake a project for the benefit of a category of people, let's take a particular community, for instance, you can't just take on that project without including the beneficiaries, those who benefit from the project from also participating in the decision makings, the implementations, and then the monitoring as well, and other ways. So when using participating approach will enhance the quality of our project in a sense that it will also help our participants or those who benefit from the project to also have a say in the project, since they also have knowledge about what they do. They are knowledgeable about what they do. They will be able to also make key decisions that will also enhance our way of tackling that particular problem. And in one way or the other, it also helps to ensure continuity or sustainability of the project. Thank you very much.
You're welcome, Jasper, for that brilliant submission. And that is it. There is not how we can do it alone, like he said. So whatever project that will bring about effective change, then we need participatory approach. Thank you. Let's continue. Popular participatory methods. Here are the popular participatory methods that we can make use of in the course of Acclimatise projects. Number one, community forum and town hall meetings. We want to make effects. We want to make change. Then we need to allow people to come together. Then we need to let them know. How would they now know? By going to the community to orientate them, to discuss certain things with them. And here we have open platform for dialogue and feedback. Yes, when we visit them, we tell them our intention. We tell them we want them to be part of it. We tell them the benefits of their joining hands with us. And by so doing, we are giving them the information needed. Then use to identify community properties and brainstorming solution. So when you go for community forum or town hall meeting, we identify community priorities. Then we brainstorm on solutions to it. You know, as we are talking about climate change, it differs from country to country. The way it affects us differs. So the community you go determines their own priority, their own major problem. And from there, you know what to work on. And another method is participatory rural appraisal, PRA. Here, a set of tools that allow community to analyze their own condition and plan action is put on ground to work on. Like, we may give them opportunity to react to certain questionnaire to know where their shoe is paining them or pinching them. Includes mapping, timeline, sessional calendars, and ranking exercise. Yes, in this participatory rural appraisal, will can do concept mapping, timeline, sessional calendars, and ranking exercise. Then we have focused group discussion. Yes, we can have small group, diverse group discussion, specific issues to provide insight into community needs and opinion. Once we have our group, we have, like, for example, there are farmers that have been affected by the irrigation, by in Africa. We can group them together. Farmers of Nigeria, farmers of Ghana, farmers of Kenya, farmers of Tanzania, let them come together, let them put heads together to bring about lasting solution to this flooding of a thing, or let them come together to share ideas from where and how things are being done in one country to the other. So when we do this, we call it focus group discussion. Then we have participatory action research. Pa. This combines research and action. A situation whereby a research is embarked on by certain people to actually identify problems of a particular given community. It's called participatory action research. Yes, data will be collected. From where? From the community. Then we now jointly develop solution to the identified problems that is gathered through data. Then we have photo, voice, and storytelling. Here we have visual and narrative tools that allow participants to express their view and advocate for change. Here, you give rooms for narrative tools. You give rooms for them to lend their voice. You give room for them to be heard. Because at times, they may be talking and people will not be able to hear them. Then we have community advisory board, where permanent or semi-permanent communities that provide guidance will oversight the community project. Advisory board needed to be formed, whereby whatever decision reached at the participatory level, the implementation is in their hands to oversee whether the community priority is being targeting for effective change is being done. So they will see to it and feed back to the house. Then here are the tools for participatory engagement. Participatory engagement tools help facilitate inclusive dialogue, gather local insights, and co-develop solutions with communities rather than for them. We've said that times without number in the course of this presentation that if you want a lasting solution to happen to any problem, any identified problem in any community, then you must involve them in whatever strategies you are bringing in. Then these tools are adaptable across various sectors. The tools that we are about mentioning are adaptable across sectors, like health, education, development, and governance. Then we have them in two forms. We have the digital tools and we have the analog tools. On the digital tool, we have online survey, e.g. Google Form and SurveyMonkey, where you can just create a Google Form, send to the community, and have their responses harvested. Then we have community WhatsApp group. Yes, we can create a WhatsApp group for the community where discussion will be going on to lend their voice. Then virtual town hall meetings. Yes, we can bring about Zoom meeting, Facebook live chats, and Google Meet meeting and the likes to actually talk about what is affecting them and how it can be solved. Then we have mapping tools. Yes, we can also use, like I said, we can use concept mapping in tackling whatever challenges. Tools like Kobo Toolbox can be used, Miro can be used, and so forth and so on. Then we have the analog tools to include community forum or town hall meetings, like I said the other time, that we can have meetings in the town hall in the central place where people will be invited. Then focus group discussion, yes, we can have them in groups and discuss via that. Participatory rural appraisal, like I said, we can do that by appraising what is going on, like using the factual tools to actually appraise. Then participatory action research, yes, like the one we are doing currently, we are engaging on the participatory action research in Acclimatise. Then photo voice, yes, you let people speak up, tell us what they know on the challenge and how it can be solved. Then social mapping, yes. At social gathering too, we can lend our voice. Word cafe, community scorecard, role plays, and theater. Yes, we can use theater, playway method to actually inform people on what is going on in our society as a problem. Then suggestion boxes and surveys. We can uh, mount suggestion box at a center where people can drop their opinion and their view. Having said that, let me hand over this honorable gathering to my oga, Dr. Adesina, to take up from here.
Having
Thank you.
established the conceptual clarification of our discussion, the sixth modus of our Acclimatise project, which is collaboration for change, we have come to understand right from Dr. Ganiyu said that we need to come together, join hands together, participate together, and partner so that we can solve pressing wicked issues. So there are foundations of collaborative climate action. Then we have relayed 6 theories here that explain the concept of collaboration for change. The first theory is social capital theory by Putman, 1993. Network, trust, and norms enhance collaboration. You cannot work together if there is no trust, there is no networks, there is no norm that guide what you do. The Ghanaian undergraduate students want to work with Nigeria and Kenya and South African students with different clients. They need to establish social capital theory of networks, trust, and norms that will foster or engender their collaboration. Second theory is participatory development theory. Local people must actively shape development in PRA, in PAR, in photo voice empowerment, empowering communities. There is need for participatory development theory. Everybody, every stakeholders will come together to work and foster challenges of the community. Then we have stakeholder theories. There must be balance of interest of all the stakeholders. In UIP, University Industry Partnership, the stakeholders, the university, the industry, the public, the government must work together and ensure that none is neglected. The industry interests and objectives should be considered. The university institutional interest must be considered, and the government that will provide a kind of synergy between industry and university, their interest must be considered as stakeholder in collaboration. Then we have what we call system theory by Bartalavi, 1968. It shows the interconnected component form of complex system. The university industry partnership need to address climate issue as a wicked problem. It must be holistically addressed, because if one aspect is being taken care of, other aspects will boomerang if they are not taken as a system or holistically. Then we have the discussion diffusion of innovation theory, the idea of Logos in 1962, so that the communication spread, ideas spread through participation must diffuse. It should not stay on the same spot. So there must be a channel through which idea to combat wicked problems like climate change must diffuse, and this must be pivoted by practices, fair trust, and peer collaboration, peer learning. Then we have the sixth theory, which is collaborative governance by Ansel and Gas 2008. That former multi-stakeholder decision making, the university, the industry, partnership, integrate government, industry, academia, and community for accountable climate action. The industry cannot do it alone. The government cannot do it alone. University cannot do it alone. There must be integration, collaboration among the industry, university, and even the government to ensure effective action in climate issues. What are some case examples of participatory community engagement? We have Kenya participatory earth facility design. We have India watershed management in Maharashtra. We have Nigeria community education planning in Edo State. Even we have such in Oyo State. We have South Africa HIV/AIDS awareness through community theater. We have Uganda community scorecard in health services. We have Ghana education reform through town hall meetings. We have Brazil participatory budgeting in Porto Alegre. We have Canada indigenous youth photo voice projects. We have Bangladesh disaster preparedness committee. We have Philippines urban housing upgrade. All these case studies shows that when stakeholders are brought together, when industries, institutions like universities are brought together with governments, they tackle wicked problem better and find lasting solution to it. Benefit of participating approaches to community engagement. Yes, we have avalanches of benefit accruable to participatory approaches by governments. We have enhanced community ownership. When you integrate people into decision-making process, into planning process, into execution process, into strategic process, they see that process as their own. The people easily lend their voice, they lend their money, they lend their time, they take responsibility, they take pride in the outcome because they are engaged in the planning and execution process. Yes, another benefit of participatory approaches to community engagement is improved relevance of intervention. The community input ensure that programs and solutions are content specific, culturally appropriate, and aligned with real needs. You will not just go and bring or import a solution strategy from Oklahoma in USA or in Scotland and bring it to South Africa or Ghana or Nigeria to solve our problem. You have to bring local people together. You have to bring the public together, bring the industry in this area together, bring the government together, bring institutions together in a participatory approach, solve the local problem. So it's improved relevance of intervention. Interventions are no more foreign and alien to the community. 3, empowerment and capacity building. When we have participatory approaches to community engagements, participation strengthens the skills, strengthens confidence and decision-making ability of individuals and groups, especially marginalized population. Yeah, we have trust building and social cohesion. We have increased accountability. We have faster conflict resolution. We have better use of local knowledge. We have greater inclusivity and equity. Let me emphasize that when we have participatory approaches to community engagement, you create intentional efforts to involve social groups that bridge the gap to reduce inequality. There are inequality already there in society. The rich have some classes, the poor has their own structure. The female, the male, they have their different structure in society. So by the time you bring all of them together, you foster or you ensure or engender inclusivity and equity. And more to that, you have stronger partnership and collaboration. Don't forget, SDG 17 is about partnership and collaboration. SDG 17 is about what? Partnership and collaboration. When you want to achieve SDG 1, no poverty. When you want to achieve SDG 2, zero hunger. When you want to achieve SDG 3, well-being and sound health. You want to achieve SDG 4, which is quality education. You want to achieve SDG 5, which is about gender equity. You cannot achieve this SDG 1 to 16 without SDG 17. And that is about partnership and collaboration. So by the time you foster participatory approaches to community engagement, you build a stronger partnership and collaboration. What are the challenges to participatory approaches to community engagement? Challenges to participatory approaches to community engagement. One, we have power imbalances. We have lack of community trust. We have limited capacity and skills. We have time-intensive process. We have resource constraints. We have low literacy and language barrier. Let me look at power imbalances in the community engagement. In some community, some group or faction of the community marginalized or they serve as dominant group in the community. If care is not taken, that one can create a barrier to optimal output of participatory approaches in the community engagement. So you need to look at how you forestall the impact of dominant groups from marginalizing the small groups in the community if you want to have effective participatory approaches. Then community trust. Some local leaders, community leaders have distrusted themselves by probably doing vigilante, collecting local community money and embezzle it. They cannot do anything for it. So the trust is no more there. So that lack of trust in local leaders can hamper or impair participatory approaches to community engagement. Then we have skills and capacity. How do you bring people together? How do you get local facilitators? How do you give knowledge as regards how to work towards solving identified community problems? That's another issue. Where there are limited capacity and skills, you have to bring experts in to enhance the participation for community proper engagement. Then when you talk of a time-intensive process, because it is not a one-person affair, the government is there, the community leaders are there, institutions are there, the industries are there. By the time you are partnering together, you participate together, it's become time intensive. So a lot of genuine participation takes time for consultation, consensus building, and follow-ups, and that delay the project in the community engagement. Then we have challenges of resource constraints. We have a problem of funding. Who fund the participatory projects? Is it the community? Is it the institution like our universities? Or is it the government or the industry? If the industry realize that the problem you want to solve is very germane to their production processes, they are really ready to release funds. And if the government know that this problem you are tackling in this community will promote their political party, they are also ready to release the funds. But the institutions should be more critical to identify problems that are of industrial interest and political interests. If the problem identified in the community does not serve a particular industrial interest or governmental interest, then the government will not fund it, neither will industry fund it. So resources constraint is a very, very critical issue to participatory approaches to community engagement. We have other challenges like tokenism. We have problem of cultural and social norms. We have stakeholders fatigue. We have resistance from authority or ally. These challenges emphasize the need for inclusive design. These challenges emphasize what? The need for inclusive design, cultural sensitivity, adequate planning, and continuous reflection to make participatory engagement truly effective and equitable. Participatory approaches to climate change, addressing the wicked problem. What's the wicked problem? What do we refer to as the wicked problem? Why do we call some problem wicked? Climate change is widely acknowledged as one of the most complex and pressing challenges of the 21st century. You all agree with me? I think this is the last day of April. How many times has rain fallen in Nigeria now? I don't know what is experienced in Ghana. I don't know what is experienced in Tanzania. I don't know what is experienced in South Africa. I don't know what is experienced in the climate of the world. But in Nigeria, the climate really changed. Farmer tried to plant maize in March. The maize failed. They started in April. It fell again. So when are we going to plant maize successfully to have harvest? So climate change is widely acknowledged as one of the most complex and pressing challenges of the 21st century. Often referred to as a wicked problem. Climate change devises simple or single solution approaches due to deeply interconnected socio, economic, political, and environmental dimensions. The term climate change or wicked problem, first introduced by Rittel and Weber in 1973, describe issues that are difficult to define. Rittel and Weber, 1973, describe wicked problem as issues that are what? Difficult to define, have no definitive solution, and whose intervention often results in unforeseen consequences. As you are suffering in Yoruba tribe in Nigeria, we say, that is, let me translate it. That is, wicked problem is like what we call a very difficult problem. As you are trying to eradicate one, another one is cropping up. So it is very difficult. It is wicked because it's difficult to define, have no definitive solution, and the intervention you are trying to implement result in some consequences that you cannot define. Climate change fits this description perfectly. It involves multiple stakeholders with conflicting interests, occurs over long time scales, span geographical boundaries, and require action in the face of uncertainty. One promising strategy for tackling this complexity is through participatory approaches. One way we can deal with climate change, a wicked problem that we find difficult to define or describe, that occur over a long period of time, that span geographical boundaries, that require several actions, and it even beats down all those actions without effects. We need participatory approach. A synonym to participatory approach is what we call collaborative method, that entails stakeholders, the government, the institutions, the industries, the communities coming together for decision-making process. Participatory approaches are not only crucial for crafting socially acceptable and locally relevant solutions, but also enhance democratic governance. Let me take that again. Participatory approaches are not only crucial for crafting socially acceptable and locally relevant solutions, but also enhance democratic governance, foster trust, and build adaptive capacity. When you import idea workable in the Asian part of the world, probably in China, workable European part of the world, probably in Germany or in Austria, Workable in Australia or in other parts of the globe, you have the challenges of local acceptability. Can it fit as you transfer the technology or the idea to a local area? Can it totally succinctly fit in that local environment? But when you bring in participatory approaches, collaborative method, that will enhance democratic governance, trust, and adaptive capacity to local environments. So what are we saying? We need to understand climate change as a wicked problem. We need to realize why the climate change is tagged that wicked problem. A wicked problem, unlike a tame problem. One problem that is not wicked is like if you want to solve quadratic equation in mathematics, or you want to solve a simple social problem in your institution. That one you can solve it institutionally, and the problem is over. But when it comes to climate change, when Nigeria is solving it at home, Ghana is not solving the problem. The effect of Ghana not solving the problem, we have consequences on Nigeria that is taking steps to solve the problem. If South Africa is solving the problem, Zambia is not taking the step. The effect of Zambia not taking the step, we have consequential effect on South Africa. So, why is climate change a wicked problem? One, it is multi-scalar. Two, it involves uncertainties. Three, it engages many actors. Four, it has no final solution. Five, it is political charged. These characteristics make traditional top-down, expert-driven responses insufficient. Climate governance needs to be inclusive, responsive, and reflective, quality that participatory approaches can offer. Yeah, we have why participatory approaches matter in climate governance. Why do we need to have participatory approaches in climate governance? We have how many points here? 5 points. What's the first point? Participatory approaches matter in climate governance because it enhances relevance and legitimacy. When you bring people together and they find solutions to the industry, government, community working together, it legitimates the solution process. Then utilization of local and indigenous knowledge. We have something we call CTCA. These are constructs of the cultural techno-contextual. When you have cultural techno-contextual, you utilize local knowledge, indigenous knowledge to solve the local problem. It's not something foreign to them. It's just to amplify the knowledge they know before. And the three, you have a building adaptive capacity. You build the capacity of the local community to adapt to changes in the environment, because they are the one that defines the strategies to solve the problem. If there are any consequences you have not fathomed in your design, they adapt with it. And four, it fosters equity and social justice. You bring people that have problems together with industry, government, and institutions, universities, then it brings equity among the society. Then it ensures conflict resolution. What are the best practices for effective participation? We said that to maximize impacts, participatory approaches must be inclusive, it must be transparent, it must be well facilitated, it must be iterative. It was what? Iterative. What does it mean for something to be iterative? You don't just treat it once and forget about it. No. Participatory processes should be something you go over and over time, consultation over the issue over a period of time. So it's not something you treat one and forget about it. No, it should be ongoing process. It is iterative. Then to maximize impact, participatory approaches must be linked to action. You must link participatory activity to action. Ensure output inform actual policies and projects, avoiding disillusionment. Yeah, we have a discussion. I think you are set for another. We have had one discussion when Dr. Ganiyu was taking the presentation. Now let's have the second round of discussion. I think you are ready. Are you? The first question here is why is climate change a wicked problem? Yo, so give us your idea. Why do we identify climate change as a wicked problem? Why is climate change a wicked problem?
You can also put in your contribution in the chat. I'll be reading out the various contributions. Also, feel free to unmute and answer the question.
Yes, you unmute yourself and give us your response to the question. The first one is why is climate change a wicked problem?
You can say
Do you
crossword.
remember we mentioned any wicked problem is difficult to define, difficult to find a singular solution to, and defy so many solution strategies that a solution implemented, you don't even imagine the consequences of your action. And climate change is of that nature. Just picture a farmer that has planted maize in March. What has happened to such acreages of maize plantation now? It's just like a waste. Or when farmer delayed the planting till around June, or let's say May, you are not going to May next by tomorrow, but they delay till May. What of it now? Excessive rainfall, now called flooding of the farm. It's a wicked problem that is difficult to define, difficult to solve. The second question is how can you apply a participatory approach to climate adaptation project? You have your project now. I think I and my group we met. Was it not day before yesterday we met? Charles, are you there? I think we met 2 days ago while we are thinking about the project on risk management projects and the topic how we have identified and we define how all of us in different parts of Africa we will participate on the project together. So the same vein, climate adaptation projects adapts or utilizes participatory approach to effect the projects. Without missing words, the roles of university, industry, public partnership in climate action should be emphasized. UIP, U stand for university, I stand for industry, and you have P stand for public partnership, UIP. The public is the government now. The growing urgency of climate change has necessitated collaborative action from all sectors of society. As nations grapple with the need to reduce greenhouse gases emissions and build climate resilient economies, it has become increasingly evident that no single institution can tackle this challenge alone. A powerful framework for collective action is the university industry public partnership, UIP. A powerful framework for this collective action is the UIP. What does UIP stand for? University industry public partnership, which integrates the knowledge generation, the generating capacity of universities, the technological and financial capacity of industries, and the policy making and governance roles of public institutions. UIP partnerships serve as a strategic approach to climate action, offering platforms where innovation, policy, and practice intersect. This partnership not only enhance research and development, but also ensure that climate solutions are practical. The UIP is not just for research and development alone. It ensures that what? Climate solutions are practical, scalable, and socially inclusive. When you bring university together with industry, with the public or the government, it ensures that research that will be conducted will not only be research and development, but that solution will be practical, scalable, and socially inclusive. This detailed the roles and contribution of UIP partnership in climate change, focusing on mitigation, adaptation, awareness, and sustainable development. Of recent, I think we submitted a project, a proposal to, was it not, to Digital Bridge. And what we are doing is we must even think of an international institution to work with. So when you talk of UIP, university must look at how they work together with international community, with local community, with industries, so that there can be strong solution that will not only be for research and development, but for, which is very practical, solutions that are practical, scalable, and socially inclusive. That is what is engendered by partnership. The role of university, industry, public partnership in climate action. There is what we call the UIP drive climate research innovation. The UIP, the university, industry, public partnership drives climate research and innovation. It's built on collaborative R&D for green technologies. It brought about data sharing and climate modeling. That's what UIP brought about. Yes, two, it promotes sustainable industrial practices. Industry contribute their own aspect of UIP. University contribute their intellectual knowledge and ideas to collaborate with the industries. The public, through government, provide the policy and enabling environment so that the research can be conducted, implemented, and solution evaluated. Such example is when we have emission reduction strategies or transition to circular economy. It promotes sustainable industrial practices. Three, the university, industry, public partnership influence climate policy and governance. The university provide the intellectual knowledge, the industry provide the technology and the finances, the public provide the policy. It ensures that there is a policy advisory role and regulatory innovation. Yes, the framework of UIP enhance climate education and awareness. What we are doing now, the CESDA Acclimatise project, is one of the UIP, the universities in Africa, the industries providing the funds, and we are now undergoing Acclimatise Africa project, which enhance climate education and awareness. It's a pity. I interacted with some of our already graduate holders in Nigeria. Do you know anything about climate change? They say, what is climate change? I asked some of them, what is SDGs? They say, what is SDG? They don't know it. But for you that you have undergone through this training, if they ask what is climate change, I think you know say what is climate change. If they ask you what is SDG, you know that you have SDG 1 to 17. But majority that have not been exposed to this training, they are deluded about SDGs. They don't know SDG 1, SDG 2, neither SDG 3 to 17. They are not conversant with it. So it is through this kind of arrangement we have now, which is a good example of UIP that enhances climate education and awareness. That awareness brings curriculum development and training, public awareness campaign. I think all of you, the participants, have your login codes, You have your password to the CESDA Acclimatise platform, where you have to go through the modules, you have to watch the videos, you have to undertake the quizzes and assignments, you have to participate in the discussion forum. With all these, you cannot claim that you don't know anything about climate change. Neither you say that you don't know the SDG 1 to 17. The role of university, industry, public partnership in climate action. You have capacity building and workforce development. We have financing climate solution. We have monitoring, evaluation, and reporting. We have technology transfer and commercialization. We have fostering multi-level and global collaboration. I want to emphasize on point number 8, technology transfer and commercialization. When you talk of technology transfer, the UIP, University Industry Public Partnership, facilitates the translation of academic research into commercial products and public solutions. The UIP partnership facilitates the translation of academic research into commercial products and public solutions. 1, incubation, research incubation, research idea build up, research idea startups. We have licensing, patent, the intellectual patenting. All these are possible through university industry public partnership. Case studies of university industry public partnership. I think I've given you a case study at our doorstep. Our CESDA Acclimatise project is a typical UIP. We have others like the Climate Resilient Infrastructure Development Facility, CRIP. We have the African Research University Alliance, Arua, in Kenya. We have Makerere University Climate Change Adaptation Program in Uganda. We have Nigeria Erosion and Watershed Management Project in Nigeria. We have Green Growth and Climate Resilient Program in Rwanda. We have Kenya Climate Innovation Center in Kenya. We have West African Science Service Center on Climate Change and Adapted Land Use in West Africa. We have University of Botswana and Sakau Partnership in Southern Africa. We have Nile Basin Development Challenge in Ethiopia. We have EduLink Climate Change Curriculum Project in multiple African countries. We have many of these kind of UIP, and I've given you the one that is at our doorstep. This says that Acclimatise project is UIP. Challenges to UIP partnership in climate action. What are the challenges? We have diverging priorities. We have power imbalance. We have funding constraints. We have trust and communication gap. Like our students, many of them are not participating in today's live lecture. Many of them are writing exams. Like Alayande students are writing exams. Some other students probably in Ghana are also writing exams. So we have diverging priorities that affect our UIP partnership. Apart from that, sometimes the community may have diversity, diverted opinion, thinking that when you bring a project just to give them money, the money that they're going to spend anyhow. That diverging priorities affect UIP partnership. Then we have power imbalance. Who take the lead? UIP. Is it the university? Is it the industry or the government? Whose interest comes first? Is it not the one that called the piper, that dictate the tone? If the government cannot give the money, if the university cannot give the money, if it is the industry that gives the money, whose interest will be the priority? Is it not the one that gives the money? So we have power imbalance. The industry want to come first, the government interest want to come first, the university interest want to come first. There should be balance between in the UIP. Then we have funding constraints, we have trust and communication gaps, and many other issues that undermine the efficacy of UIP partnership. Overcoming the challenges, one, we need misaligned objective and expectation need to be overcome by co-creation of objectives. What are we saying? The university, industry, and government come together and create the objective together. So it will not be, it is only the interest of the youth, the university that you are taking care of. We, the industry that give you money, where's our own interest? No. The government will say, no, where's our own policy interest? Where are you going, what are you going to do? The three of them should come together, university, industry, the government. They should set the objective together, co-creation of objective together. Two, they must have memoranda of understanding, MOU. They must have set down guidelines, rules that industry will agree with, university will agree with, and the government will agree with. And there must be a flexible model. They must have flexible framework for them to be effective in UIP. Our reflection and thinking. Yes, another question time. We have this is the third question time. And what is the first question? Yeah, you see the question there. Somebody to raise the question for us. The first question here says, why is the SDG 17 on collaboration and partnership? Why is the SDG 17 on collaboration and partnership? So you have the floor to respond to the question. Why is the SDG 17 on collaboration and partnership? The second question is, how has CESDA Acclimatise training enhanced your collaboration? Are you in Ghana? Oh, we are in Nigeria here. Are you in South Africa or Tanzania or Zambia or Netherlands? Are you now interacting, exchanging ideas? Last year, when we are giving a report to our own management in Alayande, at a point in time, the DPC interjected and asked one of the secretary of our team at Alayande that when last, the DPC asked her, when last did you call your friend in Kenya? Look at that, collaboration, working together. He asked another person, when last do you call your friend in South Africa? Now collaboration. The DPC asked another person, when last do you call your friend in Tanzania? So it's now Acclimatise partnership, Acclimatise project is now unite Africa together now. Our students are now interacting together. Day before yesterday, when I was interacting with my student, Charles from Tanzania, I've forgotten the name. Another person from Ghana, another person from South Africa, another person from Zambia. We are working together towards a common project. So, says that Acclimatise training has enhanced our collaboration. The third question is, how in the future will you apply collaboration and participatory approach? So let's open the floor, ask your question, or give your reflection and thinking on the question on the ground. We thank you for your rapt attention and the time we have been together.
Yeah, I can see a question from Prosper. You can unmute.
Right. So mine is not a question. So I was just trying to answer the first question. That was why the SDG 17 is collaborative and partnership. So in the presentation, we made mention that tackling problems like climate change requires a lot of strength. It's a multitask and it requires expertise from various industries who could help to solve this problem. So since these SDGs from the very first one to the last one are all multitask and they required expertise from various professions, there is a need for collaboration in order to be able to address these problems to its core. So basically, that is my understanding or my view on the first question. Thank you.
That is great. Like he said, SDG 17 bring about solution to all other SDGs. We were talking about eradicating of hunger, poverty, or even looking at an inclusive education system. You see, a sector cannot do it alone. It requires all stakeholders to come together and see to the any identified problem together and work on it together and bring about solution together. And that is why they put that SDG 17 to be collaboration and partnership to actually bring about solutions to all other SDG. Thank you.
Any other questions or comments or reflection or thinking?
I can see Rachel has a question. Also, Kasolwe. Yeah, feel free to unmute.
All right. Thank you very much. My name is Joseph Kasodwe from Zambia. And my reflection and thinking that I'm going to get is Acclimatise training enhanced your collaboration. To my part, it has taught me new tools that I need to learn or try to provide as I'm going to be doing the project that we're trying to work on as Acclimatise. And also, it has helped me to understand new networks that we need to have as Africa, as we are going to be fighting for this the wicked problem, which is climate change. And to add on that, it has also uh, helped me in it has also helped me in understanding the same language that we're going to be speaking as Africa, in order that we should protect it and put our own uh, uh, nation or Africa into one go. Thank you very much. That's what I wanted to say.
Thank you, Musa.
You will realize that the SDG 17 and this acclimatized training go hands in hand. Especially what we are discussing about partnership and collaboration. The SDG 17 is the engine room of all the SDGs. When you talk of SDG 1, 2, 3, 4 to 16, the capping goal is the goal 17, which is for partnership and collaboration. And when there is no partnership and collaboration, you cannot reduce poverty, you cannot have quality education, you cannot have good climate action, you cannot have good solid job and employment provision in the rural area or in the urban center. So we need this kind of acclimatized training to foster our understanding of sustainable development goal, so that one of it is SDG number 13 on climate issues. We can come together, partner together, collaborate together, and tackle the problem together. Yeah.
And also, if I might say, I wouldn't know whether you have been participating in this kind of training that brought together several universities across Nigeria. And you can see that in your project group, you have people from different countries brainstorming together, working on a particular project to actually bring about lasting solution to those identified problems. So, meaning that Cesar Acclimatise has already opened your eye to what collaboration is. Thank you. Any other one? Any other one?
I had seen Vincent. Vincent, can unmute as we conclude.
So my contribution about the question 2 is that it also helps us to know each other in the group. Maybe it's a countrywide because we are meeting, we are collaborating ourselves using this same group. That's what I can talk about.
Vincent, you see, your project is a typical example or typical case study of collaboration or participatory approach.
Our sir.
You have a project guide. Your project guide is what we ensure mutual trust, understanding, and normalcy among all the countries you are working together on the same project. All of you must come to the same norm, the same trust, the same understanding, and you must have consensus on a singular topic. By the time you are working on that singular topic together, you collect your own data from, probably you are from Afisa, you are from Tanzania, somebody from Nigeria collect his own data from Lagos State, somebody from South Africa collect his own data from. You now come together, bring the data together, share your own results from Tanzania, other people share their own results from South Africa, Nigeria people share their own results from Nigeria. You now bring the idea together. You now come to common ground of tackling the wicked problem you are dealing with. That bring in idea of collaboration and partnership, which is the main focus of SDG number 17.
Questions, and yeah, we are on time. Yeah, anyone else want to contribute? Okay, yeah, there are no hands and questions. Dr. Adesina.
Then I think our concluding remark is that let's go ahead, do our project collaboratively. Let's partner together. Let's get engaged together as a continent, and then we should be able to undermine the power of the wicked problem that climate change has caused to undermine us. You have a wonderful evening time. From Nigeria, we say, well done.
Thank you, thank you. Yeah,
Thank you.
I want to extend my sincere thank you to you, Dr. Adesina and Dr. Ganiyu, for the insightful and thought-provoking lecture. We truly appreciate your time and valuable contribution to the Acclimatise course, especially on this topic on collaboration for change. Thank you as well to the students for your active participation, and engagement, and have a wonderful evening.
Thank you so much for that wonderful opportunity.
Yes, sir.